Have you ever thought that if you were the mainstream and everything you liked and everybody you admired were the famous people or the well-known people or the people known by most people, how would that look like? What would that look like? This is a very interesting manifestation, visualization, a fun thing that I would like you to try because, well, I was a 90s teen, and as a 90s teen, it wasn't cool to have that many followers. It wasn't cool to be liked by everyone, at least in my sphere of things, which was the artists, the musicians, philosophers, rebels. And what we admired was, it was all about who discovered the next talent, so to speak, or the underground underdog. Like, we were just interested in discovering new music, new musicians, new artists, like people that were what now people would consider beginners or students. No, we knew that there were like masters out there that weren't known, you know? It was all about who could find, and you didn't share your discoveries so easily. It was all like in circles of people. There was no internet, so it was with a circle of people that you surrounded yourself with. And it was quite an excavation, a treasure hunt, so to speak. And at the same time, we all admired each other in our artistries, and it was just a fun time to be in. And also in my early 20s, when I was in photography school, in art school. Now it's a whole different story. It's like the tables have turned, and it's about who has, the most following and all those things. But I started to think, because if I was the mainstream, if all of my likes and dislikes or whatever were the mainstream, it would be a completely different world. Like, everything from Hollywood to politics to everything, I'm talking about absolutely everything, would be turned upside down. Like, a lot of the people that are up there, so to speak, would not even be there. I went into this little rabbit hole of what would my world look like? What would that world look like? And it was really cool because most of you were there as well-known influencers, which I get really excited when I see your content. People that I follow that have the guts to be creative and, cringe or whatever you want to call it, to be playful and out there, and at the same time knowing that, consciousness exploration can be scary, and yet despite the fear, you're there, you're doing it, you're really putting yourself out there. And I know that life, the underground, goes up at some point. I think I've lived long enough to see the cycles go up and down, and I feel like this whole wave of people that have been under the radar, that they're doing it despite having that like one viewer on their live, or they're doing it despite having 5 likes on their post. They're just doing it because they love it. They're doing it because they're going through a self-discovery while they're doing it. It's a part of the alchemy is to do it. The part of the exploration of self. It's not just about, people think, oh, you're putting something out there so people can see. And I'm sometimes like, I'm doing this for me. Like, I'm doing this because I'm putting myself out there so that I can see myself, so that I can experience and see it in an outward reality and understand myself better. It's another mirror. Social media for me is another mirror. It's another dimension of me. And I get to use it as a tool for growth and self-discovery and all that. Join me in this weird visualization where you see a world where you are the mainstream, and who is up there, and what is your role, and how does that world even look like? I mean, let's break down the boundaries of what we see in everyday life. Let's start creating by imagining, because the imagination is a portal. It's a portal. It is a place of creation, and you have a say in how the world is unfolding. You have a say. You just need to really use your magic, your mind, your soul, your feelings, everything. Anyway, good morning.